I thought I might try and video the whole build of this bow just for a change, as it's a relatively clean stave. So what I've done at the moment, I've sawn the excess off each tip. I never saw anything off until I really need to, so when I roughed it out I still had this much extra length each end. I've now cut it down to 6 foot 2 inches, which is 74 inches in metric. I've just been cleaning it up on my trusty shave horse using spoke shave and rasp. Now the spoke shave's great, but you'll find the wood starts tearing at some points, like on knots, and the end here was tearing. Well, as soon as you find something tearing, stop trying to use the spoke shave or draw knife, use a rasp. Well, you can try turning the wood round and see if it's a grain issue, but basically when in doubt, stop and do something else. So I've just evened it up a little bit. I haven't taken out off a lot of wood, just tidying it up by eye, trying to get a fairly clean, smooth taper with the spoke shave. I've not taken any measurements really yet. I was going to, but I thought, well, why measure? And I've got no idea what the hell I'm trying to measure. Let's see what it does. I'll file a couple of temporary knocks in each end. We'll get it up on the tiller and see what it does. To cut in temporary knocks, I use a tile saw like this and then clean them up with a chainsaw file. Tiny little needle files are fine, but they tend to get clogged up. The other thing is, because the bow is so wide at the moment at the tips, you're going to need to round off the belly side so the string can sit on it to some sensible degree. Here you go, you can see how wide it is. So I said I roughed it to 20mm, you can see it's still well over 20. Plenty of width, because that can help your string alignment later on in the game. Right, I said this was a relatively clean, simple stave. The only thing that's anywhere near a problem is this knot here. I don't know how close we can get and stay in focus. You can see there's a lot of black manky stuff around it, and if we rotate to the belly we can see this is where it comes out. So that will probably just clean around the edges, get a flat punch and tap it, and it will probably just pop straight out. We can then clean up inside and glue in a peg. If you leave the black manky stuff there and put in super glue and stuff like that, it never soaks in as far as people would like to imagine it soaks in. But if you leave that like that, it's asking for it to pinch. Much better take it out and fill it. Doesn't matter what the hell you do on this side, as long as you don't go and dig into the sapwood. Unfortunately, you can see where this stave's been prepared before it was shipped over from the States. There's a little nick in the sapwood there already, which is a bit of a shame, but there's plenty of thickness. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Right, here we are on the long string. Now you'll see by long I mean it's only just long enough to get on the bow. Here's my magic shortening toggle, and if you're going to get into making bows, it's just worth the effort, trust me, to make yourself a really long string of a good quality material that won't stretch. And make up some sort of shortening toggle. An old bearing will do you. Just something you can wrap the string round and round and round, in through the hole, out round, in through the hole to shorten it. Right, so I've got this is the first time literally, so I don't know what we're going to see. I'll flex it to about 50 pound, unless it looks really awful. I don't even know which is going to be the upper limb. We'll give it a pull, see what it does. A little bit of creaking and popping there. It's probably the knocks. I can't imagine at that force there's anything wrong on the bow, but I'll give it a good look over. I took it to about 60 because on the long string that's not a lot of strain. and I'm aiming for £50 minimum, probably about 55 in reality. From where I was sitting it looked okay, but I can't really tell until I look at the video, because in this garage I can't get far enough away from the boat, which is why I have the camera over there. You can see it better than me.